Storm on set. Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan, from teammates to strangers. When Meridian Studios announced that Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan would co-star in City of Lights, excitement was high. Both were established names, Dakota with her inner acting aura, Jamie with her charisma and strong acting ability. They were cast as a young couple living in the city's underworld, where beautiful lights can obscure the deepest darkness. But from the very beginning of the film's assembly, small cracks began to appear. Conflict at the beginning. During the first script meeting, director Leah Chen introduced Dakota's character, Maya, a girl who tries to cross the line between justice and wrong, always questioning her conscience. Jamie plays Cole, a man caught in the vortex of power, trying to stand firm by Maya, but is repeatedly pulled into the darkness by outside pressures. Dakota, professional and perfectionist, asked Leah, Maya is supposed to be the one who feels burdened by mistakes, but why is she so lacking in empathy in the middle of a tense scene? Jamie, before Leah could answer, interjected, I don't think Maya needs to be so expressive. The more secretive and mysterious Maya is, the more interesting she is. His voice was a little loud, his eyes glancing at Dakota as if challenging her. Dakota replied softly, she needs to have moments of breakdown too, Jamie. Otherwise, I can't make the audience believe it. The room was silent. Leah took a breath and chose the middle ground. We'll balance it out. Maya has moments of breakdown and moments of strength. The important thing is to distribute the emotions evenly, but Dakota sensed Jamie was losing his cool, whether because of the color of her acting or because of his unspoken jealousy. Jamie thought Dakota was pretending to be gentle, wanting to distort the character because he thought he knew better. Performance and demand. On set, the pressure began to increase. Leah wanted to take advantage of the night scenes, the yellow light from the street lamps, the echoing sounds of the city to create visual effects. Dakota wanted to do each scene meticulously, requiring precise props, the right lighting, the moment the character's emotions had to reach their peak. Jamie wanted to act strongly, quickly, overcome the weak light, to let the emotions flow out of the character. A cold night on an artificial street set up in the studio, Maya and Cole chasing each other through the street, the rain poured down. Dakota's feet were freezing, her hair was wet, but Leah demanded real. Jamie tried to cover Dakota, supporting her steps, while the cameraman shouted, act. Feel scared. Dakota fell to her knees, eyes wide open, out of breath. Jamie shouted to the director, stop. Diana, the light was too bright, she couldn't open her eyes. This scene is not real. Leah panicked, is Dakota okay? Dakota shook her head. Raindrops dripped into her eyes, the camera still recording. After the scene, Dakota wore a robe, raindrops dripping down her shoulders. Jamie wiped her tears with a towel, but Dakota's eyes were filled with sadness. She whispered, if this keeps up, I'll just limp on screen. Jamie looked at the director, her eyes angry and worried, but Leah said, I want it to be real. Secrets exposed. Dakota began to hear rumors from within the crew. Jamie was unhappy with the way she let the character float. Jamie wanted Maya to be a dark shadow, while she wanted Maya to have her own color. Jamie also heard Dakota say behind his back, Cole is like a machine, strong without emotions. Dakota denied, but her words were like arrows. One afternoon, during a break, Jamie found Dakota in an unused corner of the stage. The weak sunlight filtered through the frosted glass. Jamie said, I've heard the rumors, Dakota. Dakota nodded silently. Jamie continued, if you think I'm insensitive, I want you to tell me directly, without hiding it. Dakota replied, her voice both angry and hurt, because I'm tired. Tired of feeling like everything I do, everything I hope for Maya, is being taken for granted. Jamie frowned. I'm not taking it for granted. I just I want Maya to be strong in my own way. Dakota, but I'm not your character, Jamie. And acting isn't a battleground to prove who's stronger. The two of them looked at each other for a few seconds, saying nothing. A gentle breeze blew from the open window. The looks contained both reproach and unresolved misunderstanding, when tension turns shape. A crucial climax, Maya discovers Cole has betrayed her. Claire, a supporting character played by another actress, is the one Jamie passed on confidential information to the opposing side to protect her own interests. Maya, angry, hurt, rushes to talk to Cole in the middle of the abandoned train platform. In the script, she was supposed to scream, burst into tears, slam her hands on the train rails, her heart pounding with waves of betrayal. Leah wanted her eyes to burn. Jamie was supposed to be hurt by Maya's words. But in the act, Jamie's response was off-key. Instead of a contemptuous tone, he whispered in Dakota's ear, "I can't do the scene if you keep crying." Dakota, who was acting the scene, hesitated, her sobs choking. The scene was interrupted. The crew stood still. Leah shouted, "Dakota, are you okay?" Dakota retreated, her face red. Jamie stepped forward, wanting to help her, but Dakota pushed his hand away. "Don't. You always want to control how I cry." Jamie was speechless, his eyes wide open, as if he had just realized something he never wanted to admit about himself. Saying this and that, the director told him to take a break. The entire crew looked at each other. Dakota packed up and left for the dressing room. Jamie watched, feeling both angry and regretful. Popular shock. Rumors spread. Someone in the crew said that Dakota was unapproachable, did not listen to feedback, while Jamie was too domineering, disrespectful to his acting partner. The two conflicting news streams were picked up by paparazzi. A famous magazine titled, "The War Behind the Lights," Dakota and Jamie can't play two broken pieces of friendship together. Dakota read the title while waiting for coffee backstage. Her heart felt like it was being cut by a knife. Jamie heard about the story through his assistant, his face cold. They didn't talk to each other for 2 days. The trust test. Leah decides to do a workshop between the two actors on empathy, character interaction, to heal their working relationship before the following scenes. They are led by an acting coach named Mara, who specializes in working with actors on the psychology and emotions of characters. First workshop, Mara asks Dakota, when Maya betrayed her, what did she want? Dakota says, "I want the audience to understand that she was not just a victim. She chose to communicate, to trust, and to be betrayed." Jamie, hearing the answer, nods slightly, seemingly sympathetic. Next workshop, Mara asks Jamie and Dakota to reenact the abandoned train scene, but not exactly as scripted. Dakota gets to rewrite the dialogue, Jamie gets to adjust Cole's reaction. The goal? To see how they work together, to reach out to each other with real emotion, not mechanical or power. The scene begins. Dakota walks shakily, Jamie follows. The situation is slightly different. Maya asks Cole not with self-reproach but with anger, a hoarse voice from deep in her throat. Cole, instead of being cold, shows signs of regret. His voice is weak, his eyes want to say something. Jamie is confused. He has never played Cole like that, but he hears Dakota's emotional rhythm. He stops, looks at Dakota, realizes she doesn't need him to shield her, she needs him to talk to her. Maya's need is to be heard. The scene fades to the end, the nosebleeds of emotion flow. Dakota cries no longer because the director wants it, but because Maya has truly been betrayed. Jamie also cries, because Cole also shares the pain, and also because of his own weakness. He has dragged them both into a fight in which no one can truly win. The workshop ends in silence. Dakota wipes away tears. Jamie bows his head. Mara says, sometimes the greatest acting is the moment of silence when people understand everything. There is a sigh. Then Dakota says, thank you. I feel understood. Jamie replies, me too. Broken or healed. After the workshop, the two began to change the way they worked. Before each tense scene, Dakota and Jamie talked for a few minutes, about Maya's feelings, about Cole, about what they both needed to make the scene work. Dakota no longer kept quiet when she saw him cross the line. Jamie listened when she asked. There was a big shot on the rooftop, the city lights shining in the distance, Maya and Cole facing each other in front of the glass looking down the street. The script called for Cole to apologize, Maya to stand still and then turn away, and Cole to run after her. But Dakota told Leah first, Maya will say one word before she leaves. I want to have some dignity. Leah thought, then agreed to a small change, for Maya to say, you were wrong, but I'm still standing here because I trusted you. The scene changed, the emotions lingered. Jamie listened to Dakota, she cried just enough. Cole bowed his head by choosing his words, and when Maya turned away, Cole's eyes followed with genuine regret. When the director said cut, the entire crew was silent for a few seconds. Someone wiped away tears. Jamie looked at Dakota, her eyes red. Dakota didn't answer right away, she turned away, the wind gently pushing her hair. Media storm. But internal change didn't mean public change. Behind the scenes photos leaked, Jamie and Dakota not talking, cold eyes facing the camera. Some newspaper published a photo of Dakota hiding tired, caption, when colleagues become enemies. Jamie is angry, wants to send a response. Dakota is silent, wants to let actions speak. Leah is caught between the pressure of responding to the media versus maintaining artistic ethics. Finally, the studio announced, in every profession, every relationship has its ups and downs. Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan have decided to continue working professionally, so that what viewers see, not rumors, but the final product. Then there is a joint interview. The reporter asks, two artists have flared up, do you need an apology or explanation? Dakota answers, I apologize if at any time my feelings have deeply hurt anyone. I work to make Maya real, not for people to just look at the tin coins. Jamie said, I appreciate Dakota for her sincerity. I'm also learning to present the production not just with strength but with empathy. I apologize if I've been lacking in patience in the past.